Welcome again to this presentation about the Prepol step combustor, which is a new development of ThyssenKrupp Industrial Solutions, former known as Polysius. My name is Sebastian Frie. I've been working quite a long time in research development, and I was deeply involved in the development of this technology. And it's my pleasure to show you today this technology in principle and to give you also an insight into the first operation results of our first installation in Germany, which are quite promising. What is the step combustor about? It's some kind of green technology. So the idea is to make it possible to burn alternative fuels. That means wastes or biomasses. I think one of the major problems of our time is to get rid of those, especially of those municipal wastes. And you might know that it's quite a big effort in order to turn those wastes into some kind of fuel that can be burned inside a cement kiln. So normally, you have only a calciner loop for the combustion of the fuel and the sintering zone burner, and in both cases it's necessary to treat the waste in a very deep way so that the fuel is flyable inside this calciner loop. So as a consequence, normally you can only accept two-dimensional particles, that means foils or something like this. With a particle size around about 80-100 millimeter on average. So this is a necessary effort to produce such kind of fuel, which is flyable. And now with our system, which is some kind of grate incinerator that is also used in incineration plants, you can now accept very lumpy and coarse alternative fuels that are non-flyable. That means you can place these fuels on the grate of our combustor, and now you can accept very coarse particles that are three-dimensional and have particle sizes of up to 300 millimeters. The system itself is quite simple. It's just some kind of pipe, some kind of calciner extension, and you can see here an example how it is adapted or retrofitted also to existing pre-calciners. Here it's an example of our design. So you have a combustor, and the combustor is just placed at the bottom of the calciner loop directly over the kiln inlet housing. And then you have a tertiary air connection which is going to the system, and you extract a meal from the second lowermost cyclone and bring it to the unit for the temperature control. So basically it's quite easy, and it's possible to bring this system to any kind of pre-calciners. Let's go a little bit more into detail. Here we have a side view of the system, and you can see now here the grate. And as you can see, the grate is formed in steps. That's the reason why we call it step combustor. And this grate has an area which is suitable to burn the fuels for around about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you compare that to normal 3 to 5 seconds you might have in a standard pre-calciner loop, you have a particle retention time which is around about 300 times higher compared to the standard technology. And this, of course, has the big advantage that you really can burn almost everything inside here. The ignition is done with the help of tertiary air. So you get the air from the clinker cooler, and the air is hot enough in order to make the ignition of the fuel possible. That means you do not need any kind of burner or other equipment. So you just let the air flow over the grate, which makes then the ignition, and also delivers, of course, the oxygen, which is necessary for the combustion. Then you can see we have here a splash box at the tertiary air duct. So you just bring the meal to the air duct in order to get a good distribution of the meal. And this meal starts with a calcination reaction inside the unit, and therefore we have temperature control, a cooling effect of a meal here.